I'm gonna have to keep my shoulder, a little straight, because I don't even feel like getting up and moving that light because it's like, bing. But how y'all doing? Hmm? How are y'all doing? Y'all thought I wasn't gonna show up? Hmm? Nobody in here right now, but overall, when you do jump in, make sure you make sure you say where you're at, right? But y'all having a good day? I'm having a good day. I'm having a wonderful day. Staying high vibrational, staying loving, you know, um, letting that letting that number one, the source, take the wheel. You always gotta let source take the wheel. Always. You can name it, you can name it whatever you want. God, Buddha, Allah. Make up a damn religion in a few seconds. Believe that if you want to. But you gotta let the number one take the wheel. You got to. It's a must. I have forgot how fun it is to actually stream. I haven't streamed in a while. I want to get back to putting, pre-recorded videos up because I get in front of the GoPro and I can go in. Long ass video for like 3 hours, but I don't know how long we're gonna be on live though. But most definitely, I might even give y'all close. I don't know. I don't want to blab out. I don't know how long. Depends on if y'all start distracting me, asking me all type of questions. But it's a Monday. Okay, Monday, right? Yeah, it's a Monday. It's a Monday today. Yes, it is. But hope you're getting everything. Hope you're getting everything you want. Hope you're staying high vibrational. And if you do got a 9 to 5, keep it. Because as we know, right now, they just launched Figure 3. Was it Figure 3? Yeah, I think that's Figure. Yeah. And it seems like they have the fingers of this, call it a humanoid, call it a robot, call it whatever you want, right? They have perfected or got the fingers somewhat more ambidextrous, more loose. And it's sewing, it's soldering, it's doing all type of stuff. And people still, people is still in denial. How? I have no clue. Have no clue. But anyway, what I wanna speak on, right? And what I've been experiencing, you really, really have to be when I what I'm saying is an understatement. But you have to be. When I mean careful, you have to be careful who you talk to out here. Careful. You will run into a Jezebel. There's so there's so many Jezebels out in this reality that want to just drain you. Usually, a guy would say something like, "You know what? I'm not looking for nothing. I just want to have fun." When a woman tells you that, when a woman tells you she's not looking for nothing serious, She wants to just have fun. Whatever body count she done told you, quadruple that shit times 10. Quadruple that shit times 10. I mean, quadruple that shit times 10. No woman supposed, no woman, and I mean no woman supposed to be talking like that at all. Hold on. Sorry for the break, real quick. Had to go do a little bit of correcting real quick. But anyway, those distractions, right? They will always try to get you. Always. But what was we? You will, and I mean you will run into some Jezebels. Yes, you will. What your boy Monterico been going? What your boy Monterico been going through and have been discovering these females? Let me tell you something. And I don't date men, so we're talking about females. Big difference. Women, bitches. Women, bitches. Big difference. It's a big difference, okay? So when I start going in, don't be like, oh, he's talking about all. No, I'm not talking about all females. No, it's a big difference. There's a difference for sure. Now, fellas, you're going to run into a Jezebel for sure. Let alone if you're a person that like to experience dating apps. Oh. I can't say everyone has tried a dating app. I can't say that, but a lot of people have. They may not admit it. Some may not want to, say it out loud, but a lot of people have experienced dating apps. The dating scene, the dating market is crazy out here. These transactional ass relationships don't have a buck to your name. She is out of here. Can understand that, somewhat, but guess what? This providing is literally going out the window. Literally. Why, you say? AI is taking that. Period. That position alone, that role alone, artificial intelligence is taking that. And I guess people was just sitting on the boat, just rolling along, right? Because I guess it don't, if you're not getting affected immediately, a lot of people don't care. If you're not if you're not getting affected immediately, a lot of people just don't care. They really don't. But let me tell you this. I do know the feeling. Now, since I have found, since I practice SR, right? I don't see how someone's watching me or even jumping in. And soon as you jump in, it's not like you started. Hold on. It's not. I hate this. I know I can only imagine other big content creators. When you step in, you should automatically fuck with your boy. Automatically. Like, why are you wasting your time? Why are you wasting your most precious time viewing someone and you haven't like that's like spitting in your own face. You're literally giving somebody else your attention, right? Like, I have your attention for whatever reason. Maybe you like looking at my beautiful face, but you don't support though. Two people should be two likes, right? It only makes sense, right? If that's the case, let that shit be 0-0 and just let me keep rocking. But you really have to vent people. Thank you. I appreciate that. You really have to vent people. Most definitely. And what I have learned, I have practiced SR, right? And the longest streak I have ever went on, once again, is like a year. That's the longest streak I have ever been on when it comes to SR. It's a it's a year. That's it. It's a year, and that completely changed my life all around. I didn't even know. I didn't even know what I was doing at all. It just started to happen. No meat, no candy, no sugar, none of that. Even when you want to smell, or when you start to smell someone cooking like steak, pork, or some shit, and the seasoning, when you're on SR, your like your senses, you know, taste, touch, smell, all this get like increased, get heightened. Even your sound, like, when you hear hertz, and that's just the byproduct of being on SR. But what your boy been experiencing, right? Talking to women, interacting with women, no matter if I'm asking them questions, about the relationships, stuff like that. I have been on SR, right? And I'm not on SR right now. And to be honest, I'm in the beginning of my journey because I've been distracted lately. Most definitely. Your boy have. But I know what I need to do. I know what I need to jump back on, and I know what I want. And I most definitely know no one is coming to save you. No one. Enjoy the grind. Always. You always have to enjoy the grind. No matter what. Let me see. I I didn't even know. I didn't even pay attention to that down there. But the difference from being on SR and the difference from not being on SR is night and day. Night and day. Even like when you indulge in food, when you're a lot of people have food addictions. That sugar, that shit. I understand. I'm sorry. My ancestors was talking to me right now. Literally in the middle of my live right now. Ain't that something? And I've been getting this. Usually I would get ringing in my ear, on my right or left ear, right? When I had like long streaks of retention, but it seemed like since I haven't been on retention, the universe, the ancestors, or call it whatever you want, but I like to use the universe. The universe is calling me back into alignment. Like letting me know, like, hey, cause you didn't play it around for a while now. Get your ass back on track. Get back on track because you've been off track. You need to get back focused. And to hear it ringing, and you know what it is, and you're not doing you haven't been practicing what you're supposed to be doing. You've been literally off your journey, not on your journey. But to hear that ringing and know, like, to have that feeling like, oh, they're calling you back, like, come on, get back in alignment. You've been having your fun. Get back in alignment though, because if you don't, you're I wouldn't say, but you lost in the sauce, Tiny Tim, Little Johnny. So you can't be lost in the sauce, Tiny Tim. You can't. So to hear that though, and a dummy would say, "Oh, that's tendonitis." Like, no, that's not no tendonitis. Like, bruh, something a doctor would say, right? To get your ass to keep coming back so he can keep billing you. But one thing that I have realized though, the more you engage with sexual activities and eat food, you literally pull yourself away from source. Literally. That's why they say fasting cures everything. Fasting cures everything. If you're constantly indulgent in food, and a lot of y'all eat food throughout the day. A lot of y'all. So your stomach never have time to just regenerate itself. Your body never have time to regenerate itself because it's guess what? Guess what it's doing? It's always breaking down the food, the junk shit you eat. Let alone real food. We're not talking about flesh, okay? We're not talking about pork chop, steak, hamburger, that shit. We're not talking about flesh that 99.9% of you people is used to eating. Flesh. Nothing that's alive. Nothing. All dead shit that just sit, and that's why do you think your armpits stink when you sweat, or you may have bad breath, or when you fart, or when you use the restroom, these odors come out of you. That's because your body is breaking down. And steak, when it comes to steak is heavy, like real heavy meat. It take like I think it take over 5 days for meat to leave your digestive system. I couldn't even get it. Couldn't even get it out. Your digestive system. So if you're eating throughout the day, they already have y'all trained to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Not including all the other shit that y'all eat throughout the day. Potato chips, candy, sugary drinks. Your body is constantly trying to digest this constantly, always. That's why you may always feel like you're tired, because you don't give your body a chance to digest the shit that you're consuming. Let alone if you, a lot of us is filled with parasites. When you get that hunger, you think, you need to eat. No, that's the parasites crying for help, like, feed me, feed me, feed me. a lot of y'all have a lot of y'all have parasites in y'all. A lot. That's maybe why you have a belly, because you're constantly and and constantly consuming stuff. You don't give your body remotely of a chance to break down the food you're consuming. Acne, skin, all this chemical stuff that you consume is affecting you. Everything. That's why they say fasting cures everything. If you want to get back closer to the source or back closer to God, fast. And having a good streak on SR, and while I'm practicing SR, I'm fasting. Like, fasting comes damn near naturally when you start to practice semen retention. You'll get to a certain point, and your body would just start to take over. You don't have to force anything, but you do have to stay disciplined and stay on track. And your body will naturally start to change over to what it wants. You will naturally start to distance yourself from meat. Naturally, trust me. My body did this too, and I didn't know what was going on at all. Couldn't even smell seasoning cooked meat no more. It got to a point where I wanted to throw I wanted to throw up at one point because the smell of meat was dogging me. But it most definitely gets to that point. But eating food, eating meat, drinking a lot of sugary drinks, having a lot of intercourse, or let's just say you addicted to the hub. And hundreds of millions of people is addicted to CX, to that P hub. A lot of people is addicted to it. And I'm not even gonna front, like, everybody then got stuck on porn at some point. Everybody has. So no one can speak, against that. Not everybody has. You know what? No, everybody has. And if that's the way you're wasting your energy on that, banished. Banished to the realm. You're not going to the pearly gates. No way in hell you're going. You might be going down there, They say heaven and hell is a state of mind. It's not an actual place. But I want to tell y'all about an experience that I had not too long ago. Your boy ran into I have before, and before I get into it, but before I start, for whatever reason, I don't know how I got this ability or this, like, yeah, but I can spot witches very easily. Let alone if you're like if you're attracted to one, right, and you're speaking to them, just let them keep talking, and they're going to literally tell on themselves. You don't have to, just let the conversation, just talk to them long enough, and shit, women in general will tell on themselves. Literally. That's one thing a lot of guys don't understand about female nature. Just let them talk, dude. You sit back, observe, and listen. And she's going to tell on herself, bruh, So I'm talking to this female, right? And she yapping, going on, right? Just yapping going on. And then, I'm like, hey, you got an Instagram, right? She's like, yeah, I got an Instagram. Jump on her Instagram, scrolling. Nothing too sexual, right? Little with her friends here. And then I run across a picture, right? She got with Method Man. I'm like, I'm looking at the picture, right? Like, she's sitting on Method Man's lap. Method Man got the bag of weed, bruh. Like, literally got the bag of weed. And and I'm like, I'm not knocking, but we're gonna just put two to two together real quick. So this person, when I first started speaking to this person, right, they came off as like a one-on-one mirror. Like, I haven't had no person that I have spoke to and never met face to face mirror me so fast. It was like she knew. She knew about retention, talking about this, that, playing this role, right? But it only took 2 more days for the realness to come out this person. And I was like, do not let a pretty face fool your ass. don't don't let a pretty face fool you. Do not let a nice body and a pretty face fool your ass. And guess what? A lot of a lot of you dudes get fooled. Literally. Y'all see that, let alone the body, right? Let alone how her body look. Just her face alone. We're gazers, right? They go off of emotion. Men interact with women for sex, and women interact with men for what? A relationship. That's why they say women supposed to hold off on having sexual intercourse with a dude, right? Because afterwards she have no leverage at all. I don't care what female you are. If you just give it up to a dude like that, very easy, your leverage is gone. You have no more leverage. It's called you being easy. And this person that I met, all I had to do, no matter how good it was in the beginning, right? Oh, she acting like she know about SR. She acting like she know about sun gazing. She acting like she know about shock. All this shit, right? Not knowing that this broad is a straight motherfucking fake. A super fake. But let time just go on a little bit. Let like 2-3 more days go on. Completely different person. Completely different person. I'm like, oh no. And I can only imagine the picture that you interacting with Method Man, right? Sitting on the dude's lap, his hand is clearly on your thigh. I'm like, dude, cuz dude most definitely ran through you. And why would you even lie and say that you didn't? Just how you even talking? Oh, me and my friend talking about they found backstage. Yeah, y'all went with them and got ran through. Because how you talking to me already, it wouldn't be hard to run through you. It wouldn't be hard at all. And then, later down the line, 2-3 days, what start to come out? She want to say her sister is a tarot card reader. I'm on a phone like this. I'm like, hell no. I don't care how pretty you are. I don't even, let alone try to talk to you like that. But I don't even want to meet you now. everything that you're talking about, you're displaying to me to be a Jezebel, to be a damn witch. And I have came across females. I'll say shit. The last in the like last month, I have came across a lot of witches. It's like I don't know, I don't know what's the deal, but I can spot them very easily. And so I'm talking to this witch, right? And I'm just letting her speak. And the more this female's talking, she's just telling on herself. I'm like, oh, I can only I can only imagine how many dudes you have let run. I can only imagine how many dudes you have let run through you. I can only imagine how many soul ties you have. After like the third dude, peer bonding for a woman goes out the window. And call it feminism or it's feminist shit, or whatever. They really got females thinking that they really got females thinking they can do what men can do. This is a real this a real thing. They really have rewired women brains to think that they are equal to men. I don't go somewhere with this so-called transition bullshit, this stud. No. You can dress, act, take hormone pills, surgery. You can do whatever the fuck you think you gotta do to make yourself happy to think you're something like me. But guess what? That period is never gonna stop. Matter of fact, let me take that back because they got shit that can suppress the period, right? Am I right? Or don't they? Right? I think they do. They got shit that suppress a female's period, right? Got them to start growing beard and hair, and then next thing you know, you're chopping off your chi chis and sewing them sewing them flat and shit, and all type of shit. I don't know her name, but there's an actor. I mean, not an actor, an actress. She played in Inception. I forgot her name. But with my boy Leo, shout out to my boy Leo. But she played in Inception, right? And then come to find out, after she went through this imaginary transition, thinking she could literally transition to something like me, which is mind blowing. Come to find out, she wanted to reverse. She wanted to reverse the procedure. You already fucked up. You can't. You cut your real breast, those are gone. Let alone taking shots and all type of hormone pills and shit like that, so you can try to give off the perception of you being a dude, which would never happen. You don't have the bone structure. You don't have testosterone. You can't produce testosterone naturally. It don't work. It don't work that way, little Timmy. That's not the way life works. It don't work that way at all. And to have females do that, to me, I personally think that if a female want to start the transition, right, you gotta go all the way. You gotta go all the way. Like you gotta a male, not a female, but a male want to be a woman. It's mandatory to cut that off. It should be mandatory if a woman, I mean, if a man, let me get it correct. If a man want to try to play that role, thinking it could be a woman, thinking he could be a woman, Guarantee you gotta chop your stick off. I bet you all that so-called transitioning bullshit go out the window. If they make that law, if you think you can honestly try to be a woman, you have to chop your stick off. I bet all of that transgender bullshit go out the window overnight. Literally. You can get away with this, right? You can get away with putting fake these, fake breasts on you and walking around and acting like you RuPaul and shit, thinking you a woman, taking hormone blockers and all this shit. Mm-mm. But you still got your stick down there though. You made sure you didn't get rid of that because that's what make you a man. Your testosterone. It don't matter if you're 7 foot, strong, whatever. If you're low on testosterone, you're giving off female energy. Simple as that. Simple. The most manliest thing that a dude can do. It's not lifting weights. It's not a lot of money. Money don't got nothing to do with it at all because money can't even buy this. It's retaining your sexual energy. And I'm not even gonna lie. Females, any man with a woman in his life, she's going to distract you. Unless you can literally, unless she literally understand what you're doing. If she don't, it's not gonna work. It's not going to work at all. So you practicing SR and trying to be in a relationship, and this woman don't understand what you're trying to achieve, not gonna work. It's not going to work at all. All she's gonna do is take from you. That's all she's gonna do. And you know, you have to stay focused at all times, all costs. Just take it one day at a time. And we all know the dating market in today's time is shot to shit. I mean shot to shit. If you want to date in today's time, crazy. Crazy. You're going to get hit with all type of transactions because it's going to be transactional as hell. Soon as that person, and we know nowadays dudes even give off female energy, and they want to complain why they can't find a female or this or that. You have to retain your mojo at all costs. You have to. If you don't, you're never going to get. I wouldn't say never going to get, but you're never going to be your best self. Always giving off your testosterone to a female. You're going to be indecisive. You're going to have brain fog, and hopefully you're not stuck on the P hub. Hopefully you're not stuck on that shit because that right there have ruined a lot of people. And I think not too long ago, Candace Owens was like, P hub need to be banned. Shout out to Candace Owens for that. Because I most definitely agree. That shit needs to be banned. Because it mess up so many dudes' lives. So many dudes get stuck on P hub, giving away their life force to a sock or to a towel or a Jezebel, draining them, not just for their life force, draining them of their resources, money, using the fuck out of them. Let me tell you what a my opinion of what I think a Jezebel is, and what I have seen females do to dudes. One is going to realize, oh, I can control him with this. I can control him with sex because he's addicted. His dopamine receptors is addicted to that feeling, let alone if she catch you on the hub, swacking off, swacking off like a fucking lame. She's gonna be like, I see I can get him to obey me if I pull back sex from him. Keep him drained. Keep his balls empty. If I can keep his balls empty, I can literally control him. Literally. She's going to stay sucking you of your life. Literally. Then that means she got access to your money. She got access to everything else. And then guess what? When she levels up over your ass, why my wife want a divorce? Why my girl want to leave me? Because you are giving her everything. You can't give her, you cannot keep indulging in that all the time. Let alone this person just want to take from you. She's not giving, so check this out. She's not giving you energy back. No. A Jezebel don't give you energy back. That's how it's supposed to be though. But a Jezebel don't do that. They just take from you. And then they're aware of what they're doing. They're going to keep you. Guess what? Every time you come home from work, she's going to want to blow you. She's going to want to keep your balls empty. All this stuff is spiritual. All of it is spiritual. She's going to keep you empty. If you don't have a genuine woman, and a lot of females out here is not genuine. The modern woman is a fucking madhouse. If you don't, I'm not saying you can't find that diamond in the rough. Not saying you can't. You can most definitely find that diamond in the rough, but overall, modern dating of today, and not too long ago, Atlanta, Georgia, just hit number 1 for what? HIV. They just passed Texas for number 1 for HIV. No way in hell. And want to just go out there and just start dating people? No way. Let alone getting tapped with that. And if you're talking to someone that got tapped with that, they're not even full human no more. But they're going to change your DNA if you interact with them, sexually. But a Jezebel will most definitely keep harvesting your energy in all categories of your life, keeping you mentally stuck. Every time you come home from work, having riding you or sucking you off. Every time. They got females that got this shit perfected. You got other women talking about, damn, how come some females always get what they want from dudes? Damn, it seemed like she all what? That female don't know what that female is doing to that man. When females get in a relationship with a dude, they literally try to change the man into someone they wouldn't even like anymore. How do you think you got that dude in the first place? He was being himself. And now that you're interacting with him, you're trying to change him. Females are power hungry. We're talking about the modern chick, not people that's close to anything traditional. The modern female, the modern crazy fuck is power hungry. Your average female of today, clearly 99.9 99.9% of them are not able to peer bond to a man. Why do you think why do you think dating is the way it is right now? Because the females have already had too many relationships with dudes already. They have been ran through already. And you're going to tell me that the body count doesn't matter? The only reason you would say body count don't matter because you're literally not able to bond with the man no more. You have finally came across the man that you like, but he don't want you because he can already sense you already. You got to understand, we use our discernment. If let alone if you're coming across a 1% high value dude that literally practice SR, he's going to read you up and down. We can men can real men, not this modern day simp bullshit. Real men, we can sense like almost like we have like awareness of like how many men you've been with. Or let alone reeking out of your it's reeking out of your personality that you have slept with a lot of dudes. Just how when I was talking to that Jezebel, right? That was, had the Method Man picture. It started to reek even through the phone. How promiscuous and nasty this female is. Face, gorgeous. Body, I'm pretty sure was nice. Straight Jezebel. Straight bird brain. And as a dude, you like, fuck, man. I knew it. I knew this could. I knew it just couldn't be true. I knew it couldn't be true, Tiny Tim. I knew it couldn't. God, please. God, please. Stop sending me through this. World War VIII. You have to be careful who you talk to. You have to vent. You have to vent these people. I said vent. You got to vent these people out. You have to. Or you're going to find yourself in a situation with a female you did not want a baby by. Let alone if you was trying to marry this person. That imaginary bullshit that humans go by. Marriage, right? This thing called marriage, which is a human man-made concept that they have got people conditioned to believe, saying vows that they are not even aware of the meaning of what of the words they're speaking. over each other to till death do us part. Shut the fuck. Shut the fuck. Y'all already apart now, so I don't even know what y'all. Y'all already apart now, so I don't even know what y'all doing. Till death do us part. Shut your ass up. To just look at people that be in weddings and be like, this shit probably gonna last about like 6 months, 2 years max. And guess what? The woman always file for divorce, you stupid, retarded, bird brain pieces of shit. Always. The female always file for divorce first. It's not the guy that's filing for it. It's the woman that's doing it. Or the bitch you so-called married. This gum's starting to get wore out. But I be feeling, man, I be feeling sorry for people. Men. I be feeling sorry for men. I truly do. Oh, I be feeling sorry for dudes. I truly do, bro. And I'm just glad I didn't put myself in those situations. And let alone catching a life-threatening disease. Just because I wanted a couple of minutes of pleasure. You know, to spark my dopamine receptors on letting out an orgasm. Because I'm not sexually disciplined. Because I let that fat booty, pretty face, ooh, reel me in. And I be feeling sorry for guys. Oh, man, I be feeling sorry for dudes. That's why SR is the way. That's why semen retention is the way. You gotta practice. You got to. I don't care how many times you do it, fail. Every time you relapse, every time you fail, that's a stepping stone for you to learn of the relapse of the last. Let me say it. Let me get it right. Take those as steps or as a step of the last relapse that you had. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care. And it's going to be hard. It's not like you finna just out of nowhere, poof, and you finna just get down 6 months. Or you finna just get, a lot of people can't even get down a week of SR. Let alone if they're in a relationship with a woman. That's probably some of the hardest shit to do, because when she's around you, you're going to be like, ass in face. You're going to, it's damn near impossible, bro. But it's doable, and it's easier. It's much easier if she's helping you out. If she understands what you're doing, you that's a win right there. If a female want to help you on your journey of SR, that's a win right there. It gets no better. Because if you want to break it, you can. But you already know you're practicing this right here. You're practicing SR. So you good. Practice semen retention. And I'm not even gonna lie, I miss it. Like, I miss the feeling you get. I miss the high that you get on SR. Yeah, dealing with a female, that's cool, and the feeling and rubbing and lumpy and all that. That's all good. But I'm going to tell you, when you on, sorry, when you have, and this is nothing. This is people do this for years, but I say for a amount of distance that will affect any male, get down a month or two of SR. Get down a month or two of SR and watch the high you feel. Watch how you feel. Literally a month, but watch how you feel. Watch how your situations in your life just change. Watch how people start to respect you. Watch how people start to treat you when you're on SR. Pets respond to you different. People most definitely respond to you different. The universe responds to you 100% differently because why? You're on a high vibration. If you're on a low vibration, you're in your lower chakra, you're going to be doing this all day. Not saying that's about gaming. I like games. I like anybody else. But you're not going to have no drive to do anything. You're going to be indecisive. You're going to have brain fog. And then don't start having problems with your shit. A female really ain't a female really ain't gonna want to fuck with you if you got problems down there. You're gonna be online talking about those Hims pills that I that blue chew and those Him pills. Hey, I need those. Give me all. Matter of fact, give me a full month supply of that shit. My shit is broken down there. I need help. I need the I need the ultimate help because my shit not working. She down there looking like this. Why your shit so flabby still? Wake up. Please wake up. So you gotta make sure you gotta make sure you take care of yourself, bruh. You got to. And do not give away your do not give away your semen like it's nothing. So many people, males and females, they don't value themselves. They give up. Most definitely males, but the female is just important as the male. Don't get it twisted, ladies. I'm not saying y'all not important. Y'all are more, y'all hold the tune. We got the key. Y'all hold the tune. We want to get in the tune. We want to unlock the door. But you can't let too many dudes unlock that. You can't let too many in. I don't want to get to the door and there's a whole damn what's that Burning Man festing. There's a whole Burning Man fest in that motherfucker. No, let it just be a little, because after minimum, a female can only fall in love about like 3 times, like in love with the guy, only 3 times. She can only peer bond no more than 5 times. They're pretty much the same thing. After that, if she's constantly stacking her body count is going high and high. Most likely, and it always happens, she's going to run across that guy that she really want, and then may try to go through the whole ritual because the whole process of dating, marrying, have all this shit's a ritual. She may like this dude, let's say he perfect, so-called a lot of rich. We're just gonna throw the number out there so y'all can understand. Rich, successful in whatever he's doing, got a good slave job. Let's say he doing you like this. You literally a stay-at-home mom. He's going out to work, and he's literally every check that he get, he's giving it to you. Every check that he get, he's giving it to you because he trusts you to pay the bills and be responsible while he just go back out and get the check. Right? Go back and forth and get the check. Damn, I kind of lost my train of thought right now. But I hate when God. That's one thing about lives, man. Like when you lose your train of thought, oh, you will be. See, that's why you gotta focus. That's why you gotta be on SR. So when stuff like this happen, you man. But he can literally be going back and forth and getting that check, right? And damn, I literally lost my train of thought right now. Oh my god. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. But man, you overall you just gotta retain. You got to. Because if you're low on life force, you're going to get manipulated by everything. Sorry if y'all hear the commotion up there. You know, that's the way the universe works. Distractions is always everywhere. Even your own parents would try to distract you. Friends, relatives, everyone would try to distract you. And that's one thing about being on SR. It make you hyper, hyper focus on what you want to achieve in life. That's why you have to practice SR at all costs. And a lot of males can't even get through a month because they have no sexual discipline at all. And I'm not even gonna lie, I'm guilty to this too. When a female's in front of you, close to you, she smell you, you smell her, the pheromones. Nigga, what? Are you serious? You're gonna want to just dive right. You're gonna want to dive. You're gonna want to dive right in. About time. Damn. What took you all so long? About time. Someone say something. There. Let me see. Why do you have what buff cartoon man on your wall? You telling me? I'm glad you said that because you just exposed yourself for being a crazy fuck. You telling me whatever you are, because I see you putting, I see you putting the rainbow. So you're showing me what you are. You're literally telling me what you are by putting rainbows. I don't go that way. Maybe you maybe you go that way. I don't go that way. But you telling me you don't know who that is? I should block your ass from my stream if you don't know who that is. Even if you wanted to be my friend now, you can't be my friend. You can't be my friend if you don't know who he is. You don't know who that is? You don't know who this is. That's one of the number one cartoon characters, anime characters ever put on film. That's my boy Goku. Super Saiyan 1. If you don't know who that is up there. What a shame. What a shame you don't know who this is. Let me see. Let me see. How long do you think you can do that for? How long do Thank you for interacting. Thank you for asking a real question. When you come in here, hit that like button though. Make sure you hit that like button. How long don't never forget to hit that. How long do I think I can do semi retention for? Is that what you're asking me? Let me know. Interacting. I'm down there. I'm always interacting with my chat. Always. Always. For the ones that do follow me, let me know. I do interact. Because I personally feel like I don't need a high following because I'm in a grind. I'm in a grind right now anyway. But hey, the following count is growing already. Let me see. Let me know. Is that what you're talking about? How long can I do semen retention for? If that's so, let me know in the comments. Let me see. Has he a buff man on your wall and it's called? Oh my gosh. I pray for you. I pray for you, Tiny Tim. But if you want that question answered, the longest I have did me personally, the longest I have did retention, bro, was a year. That's the longest I have been on SR was a year. And that's absolutely nothing. That's nothing right there. There's dudes that have been there's monks that have been doing this for years on end. I mean years on end when it comes to SR. But majority of the dudes, majority of the dudes that you come across, majority of the dudes that you come across is not on retention at all. And that's 99.9% of males is not on SR. Why? Because they are too stuck on giving their life force away to a woman. Sexual discipline is out the fucking window when it comes to SR. They're not doing that at all. So the average dude that a woman come across is in their lower chakra. They always eating food and they always want to engage in sex. Let me see. He's not wrong. You have to buff. I'm sorry, y'all got buff man. I'm know what? And you know what's crazy? If you let people talk, then you know where their mind is at. Your mind supposed to be on me, but your mind is on a buff. Let alone let alone a man. Your mind is on a buff cartoon character. Man, when your attention supposed to be on your boy that's streaming, and I ain't buff, but you're worrying about a buff man, which is a fictional character on my wall, and then you don't even know who he is. It's your boy Goku. You don't know who Goku is. You lucky you're still in my motherfucking stream. I don't know. Maybe you're used to watching Sailor Moon or something. Hey, nothing with Sailor. I fucks with Sailor Moon, but maybe you used to watching like I don't know Johnny Test or some shit. No, see, I can't even say Johnny Test. Johnny Test was the shit too. Damn, all my cartoons that I like is dope. Shit. Big Bad Beetleborg. Big Bad Beetleborgs. You probably don't. Hey, you probably don't even know what that show even is. You might be too young for Big Bad Beetleborgs, bro. Let me see. I don't watch Buff Man and Cart. Good for you. I appreciate that. Buff Man shouldn't even. My background shouldn't even be what you focused on. And you don't even. Obviously, you don't know who Dragon Ball is unless you're being a troll. But I don't see how you don't know who that dude is. And those dudes up there, I don't know how you don't know that team. That's what they say. How they call that? Diabolical. Crazy, insane, but I know you. I see you're enjoying your rainbow flags. Hey, just keep that shit off my string. You feel me? If that's what you're into, by all means. But keep your ass over there. Keep your ass over there though, and we all good. Let me see. But yeah, damn. Now you're telling me from the LGBT. Damn. At first it was the flags. Now you let me know you from the LGBT. I don't want to know that information. Keep that shit to yourself. I don't need to know that. Keep that mark shit over there. That's cool. If you're from that, it's okay. Hey, that's all good. I don't rock that way. All right. I don't rock that way. You keep that shit to yourself. I want to respond to you, but every time you respond, it's just letting me know that that's what your mind is focused on. Out of all the things you can think of, out of all the things you can say, that's what your mind comes. Guess what? Out of your brain into your little phalanges and for you to type. That's what you type? Huh? And then you have to think. This is a process. You have to think. Hmm. Out of all the things I want to, out of all the things that come to my head, some market shit comes to my head for me to type. Y'all, you expose yourself. Let alone if you are trying to troll me, come on. I'm untrollable. It just don't work. Period. But whew, let me see. Let me see who else rocking. All right, cool. But yeah, man, I think I'm gonna make a. I think I'm gonna make a schedule. I'm not sure on when I do go live or what days I want to go live because I most definitely is gonna put back up pre-recorded videos. But going live though is a whole different type of environment when you're going live. You know, it's totally different. Let alone the time you go live and people, a lot of people still at work. But yeah, but I'm about to get off this live though. It was cool rocking with y'all. It was most definitely cool rocking with y'all. I literally enjoyed y'all. If it was some meaningful comments in here, I would stay. But I'm about to rock off of here and go let my doggy out so he can, go do his business. It was cool, most definitely rocking this live. I enjoyed it, most definitely. And overall, hey, you have to, all means, you got to retain as a male. You cannot let females drain you of your testosterone, or you're going to be giving off what they call punk energy. And a lot of y'all give that off naturally. A lot of y'all give that off naturally. Sad. But hey, I'll catch y'all on the next one. I appreciate it. If you didn't like, and I'm out. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.